Nations are too small to solve big problems, too big to solve small ones. So the world invented something in between, regional blocks. And they are quietly reshaping every border, every economy, every war and peace decision on earth. Here is a question nobody asks. Why would a sovereign nation voluntarily hand over its power to a bigger body? Because problems don't respect borders, trade doesn't, migration doesn't, security threats don't. So nations discovered something extraordinary. Cooperate on economics today and political unity follows tomorrow. It's called the spillover effect. You open your markets, then you need shared rules, then shared codes, then suddenly you are integrated, not by force, by economic gravity. NAFTA, North America's trade giant, $26.3 trillion in combined GDP sounds powerful until you see Mexico sitting at the same table as the United States, one of the world's richest economies and one of the most unequal. Cold partners treated as cheap labor. ASEAN, Southeast Asia's bloc, eliminated 98% of tariffs on goods by 2022, covering 2 billion people. But ask them to unite politically, every country runs for the exit, sovereignty above everything. Africa's union, the most ambitious dream, modeled on the EU Parliament Court of Justice, Pan-African vision rooted in anti-colonial fire. Reality, poverty, political instability, border disputes. The dream is magnificent, the infrastructure isn't there yet. In the global trading system, over 480 overlapping trade agreements. Economists call it the spaghetti bowl, a tangled mess so complex nobody fully understands it anymore. Then there is the European Union, the most ambitious political experiment in human history, born from the ashes of two world wars. France and Germany, bitter enemies who destroyed a continent twice, decided to merge their economies so deeply that war between them became literally unthinkable. Today, EU law has absolute primacy over the national laws of 27 states. No other institution on earth does that. Economically, a giant. 15% of world GDP, 46% of all global development aid. Politically, Henry Kissinger asked it best, who do I call when I want to call Europe an economic colossus, a political pygmy? Then came the crisis, the Eurozone debt disaster. Greece, Ireland, Portugal, Spain, a monetary union with no fiscal union, like sharing a wallet but refusing to share the bills. Then the migration crisis, far-right movements surging across the continent, the idea of European values cracking under the pressure, the Brexit. The unthinkable happened. One of the EU's most powerful members voted to leave, proving something the optimists never wanted to admit. Integration can reverse. Unity is not inevitable. It has to be chosen every single day. The dream of one world government, unrealistic, probably dangerous. The chaos of every nation alone, proven to breed depression and war. Regional blocs are the messy, imperfect answer in between. They are not perfect unions, they are permanent negotiations between sovereignty and cooperation, between national interest and collective survival. The EU remains the global anomaly. Everywhere else, nations cooperate but never truly surrender control, because the nation state has one thing no regional bloc has never replaced: the loyalty of its people. The future isn't ever close union, it's multi-speed, fragmented, complicated, just like the world itself, and perhaps that exactly as it should be. Thank you.